At the place at the wrong time. That's all I can say. Because when I hear that, I couldn't believe.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in your cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Man, me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, man.
Well, my people, hope everybody okay, hope everybody alright. So big up my police friend them, but I can tell you this, nah stop say police them I idiot. Me nah go stop say this. Look on this stupidness I know people. The Manchester police are on the hunt for a man who crashed and stole a motor car yesterday along the Melrose bypass. According to the police, the wrecked car was found abandoned along the roadway at around midday. The police said they could not immediately confirm the circumstances surrounding how the vehicle was stolen. However, the owner was able to identify the vehicle. I wonder what the police them look for. I just wonder. Anyway, people, I can go no more news about that phone thief. Yeah. A 23-year-old man who stole his co-worker iPhone said he committed the crime because he needed money. Not because he's hungry. He said he wanted money. The youngster Tarik was employed at a call center 3 weeks at the time of the incident. He was seen on closed-circuit television. People, I want you to tell me how this makes sense now. The police were called and he reportedly pulled a knife at one of them. So they really tell me, say, boy pull knife at police and live to come and talk about it in front of the judge. Let me tell you what I'm telling judge people. I did steal the phone, but I never had the money at the time. I know I am wrong and I did apologize, the defendant said, adding he had never been before the courts before. And him go before the court in front of the petty chap judge. Let me tell you who me I thought now. When he appeared before senior parish judge Lorian Cole Montague on Thursday, Fenton pleaded guilty of being in possession of an offensive weapon, assault at common law, disorderly conduct, restraining arrest, and simply larceny. The phone, which was in custody of the police, was ordered to return to its owner. Meanwhile, the judge appeared taken aback when she heard Fenton pull a knife at the police. Hold on, let me ask you something. When you hold the knife at the officer, you didn't know he was a police? She asked him. Listen, this is in this side of people. All the judge had to do was take a look at Amali Kim in her head. Fenton said that he had in his earphone and never realized that the man on whom he was pulling the knife was a constable. I was kind of frightened and I never meant it. I did apologize to him and told him that I never meant anything by it, said Fenton. Well, on a bit, then the police really sit down and take this. Oh, slap the police, should have slapped him. He was sentenced to 80 hours coming to service for assault at common law and was made the subject of a probation order for the next 18 months for the offense of simple larceny. For being in possession of an offensive weapon, Fenton was fined $3,000 or served 10 days imprisonment, and for disorderly conduct, he was fined $2,000 or 10 days imprisonment. For resisting arrest, Fenton was fined $10,000 or 30 days imprisonment. He was made the subject of a fingerprint order. Oh, slap, you should have slapped Fenton still. None of this should have reached him, people. Let me tell the people them something now, because I know they've been asking and they've been wondering where really are going. Our news team has been found that investigators believe Wednesday night deadly attack in Cascade and Over, in which 3-year-old child and a man was killed and another wounded, was a reprisal for a shooting in the area on March 26th. Me always tell you know, the reprisal is coming. Say that now, people, and a little child had to die. A man was shot and seriously injured in that incident. Anyway, now, people them say, whoever then, I go to youth and them something. That's what the people them say. But you have some other people on the other side. I say, no, my view. Don't listen to them. But, you know. I know my people are part of the review. I phone apart now. We need to tell the people in the comment section.
You know, you know trouble.
Innocent.
You know, so I don't know.
Understand?
That place at the wrong time. Because when I hear that, I couldn't believe. I go in and look at him. Lying on the bed in the hospital.
From the other day, Hopeless just full the news. Bare things him a go on with people. And, wait a minute. We know say once you see hopeless in the news like that, you know say clowning coming soon and very soon. Could you believe it? Say clowning really gonna and try pull political points and see people down there, man. And this man I can't serious people. PMP friend them. Me PMP friend them. Only need one leader because that man can't lead nobody, you know.
Today we have visited this morning the family and the home of the young lady, Janelle Walters, who so sadly perished in the flooding of Montego Bay, which took place on Tuesday, and we met her mom and her dad and exchanged our sympathies with them both and had a good dialogue with them. And we can only say how sorry we are that the whole of Jamaica shares the pain of loss that they feel now. We then went to the South Gully, which was the last piece of major drainage infrastructure for the whole of this city. There has been substantial further development, but no further infrastructure development. And so we have inadequate drainage of the city, and it is causing havoc with flooding every time we have major rain and loss of life. We went to the spot here where the vehicle was washed away, a very small drain into which water from various regions flows, totally inadequate to manage the water. Hence the overflow, the flooding of the road, the washing away of the vehicle. And we met young men who very bravely and courageously risked their own lives to save some of who were in danger in that vehicle. Unfortunately, they were unable to save them all. And so the grandmother, who still can't be found, and the daughter who perished. And we call on the government to look very seriously at what needs to be done to improve the drainage infrastructure in Montego Bay. It cannot continue like this, where every 2 months, we're encountering a tragic situation or a devastating situation. And all this emphasis on roads is great, but what about other infrastructure that people need to live normal lives, such as drainage that carries off water when it rains? And the poor garbage collection across Jamaica has made that problem all the more worse and dangerous, because what we're seeing is gullies choked with garbage, uncollected garbage, which then results in the water overflowing, flooding the city, and causing all kinds of dangers for people, motorists and so on.
It doesn't need overseas employment. Should your party...
Jamaicans can clean those drains.
Should your party take home the next central government election, what would you then endeavor to do as Prime Minister of Jamaica?
Well, if the situation has not been corrected by then, certainly we would be looking to do what needs to be done, a proper engineering solution to address the issue of an inadequate drainage infrastructure for this city. But also the garbage collection problem that the whole country is facing needs to be addressed. I mean, people are living in filth, people are living in garbage strewn everywhere, rats, flies, maggots, God knows what. Very unhygienic and very bad for people's mental health to be living in those conditions. And it affects so many of us. And it's really as a result of not people being unclean. That's a most unfair comment. Jamaicans are clean people. Yes. The problem is that the garbage that they clear up at their homes and expect to be collected is not being collected on a regular basis. It's just being allowed to get worse and worse. And I must say, I'm not blaming the senior management of the National Solid Waste Management Authority. I deal with them on a regular basis. Their heart is in the right place, but they are hopelessly under-resourced. And this is a serious problem. And I hope that the people of Jamaica teach the government a lesson in the next local government elections, because their performance in this area is woeful, and the people of Jamaica are fed up with having to live in what is becoming one big garbage pile. It's a very brave act, selfless act to help our next Jamaican. And we big you up and we salute you for that. That's one of the great things about Jamaica, that people like you who have the courage when the time comes. You wake up that morning, you never know if this would have reached you. You just jump to duty and deal with it.